For 3 years, Amelia had lived like a stranger in her own marriage. When she married Adrian Blackwell, a powerful, emotionally distant millionaire, it wasn't for love. It was a business arrangement, one that suited them both. She needed financial security for her sick brother. He needed a wife to maintain the image his board demanded. They had a contract. No emotions. No intimacy. Just appearances. Every gala, every photo shoot, every event, she played the perfect wife. Smiling beside a man who rarely looked her in the eye. But at home, they lived in silence. Adrian buried himself in work. Amelia buried herself in loneliness, until the day she left. "I'm done pretending," she had said, the divorce papers trembling in her hands. He had barely blinked. "If that's what you want." Amelia left with nothing but a small suitcase and the echoes of a love that never had a chance to grow. She found work at a local school as an art teacher. Simple. Quiet. Real. 3 months passed, then one morning, everything changed. She opened the door of her modest apartment and found Adrian standing there, in a tailored suit, holding coffee like it was some kind of peace offering. "I need you to come back," he said bluntly. She stared at him. "You need a wife again?" "No," he replied. "I need you." Amelia laughed, bitterly. "Now?" After 3 years of silence. He didn't flinch. "I made a mistake. I thought giving you space was what you wanted. I didn't realize. I was pushing you away. Why are you really here, Adrian? Is this about business? Your image again?" "No. The board doesn't matter anymore. Nothing does. Except fixing what I broke." The words came so easily from his lips, but Amelia had spent years starving for even one kind word from him. Now he was offering an entire apology, a confession. "Too late. Or maybe not. I don't know if I can believe you," she whispered. He stepped forward slowly. "Then let me show you." Over the following weeks, Adrian began showing up, not just with words, but actions. He helped organize an art fundraiser at her school. Donated anonymously. Sat in on her classes just to watch her smile. He even learned to paint, terribly, just to make her laugh. Amelia's walls didn't crumble all at once, but they cracked. One rainy night, she found him waiting outside her apartment again. No suit this time, just a hoodie, soaked through, holding her favorite takeout. "I used to think vulnerability was weakness," he said quietly. "That love was a liability. And now," she asked, "now I think not loving you was the biggest mistake of my life." She let him in, not just into her apartment, but her heart. Slowly. They didn't rush things. There were no grand declarations, just small truths shared over midnight tea, quiet apologies under starlight, and laughter that didn't feel forced anymore. Adrian learned to be present. To ask. To listen. And Amelia, she learned to hope again. One afternoon, he brought out a new ring, nothing extravagant, just elegant and honest. "I never gave you a choice," he said. "This time, will you marry me because you want to? Not for money. Not for appearances. Just for us." Tears filled her eyes. Not because he was rich. Not because he was perfect. But because, for the first time, he was real. She said yes, and this time, it wasn't a contract. It was love.